Hey YouTubers, Grimmy Dragon here, and once again it's review time, and we're going back to Titan's Return today with the last of the first wave deluxes, Hardhead. So Hardhead here is a really nice vehicle mode. I like the H-Tank design. It's very evocative of his G1 self. He's got the 4 treads. He actually does roll rather nicely thanks to the wheels at the bottom. And yeah, you can see some of the stuff that's going on in the bottom, but it's still pretty good. I do like the colors. He's a very colorful figure, which is definitely a step up from what we saw with Blur or Scourge. Well, Scourge had a colorful vehicle mode, but Blur was kind of bland. But yeah, I do like the colors, the various, like the greens, the grays, the beiges, even the orange cockpit. It's all pretty good. And he looks excellent in this form. And not much else to say about it. The turret can move up and down, rotate a little left and right. You can actually move it like this to get a better vantage point for it. So that has plenty of options. You have the opening cockpit, where you can actually pull out Furos or Duros if you prefer. And he's a nice little Titan Master. Very good head sculpt. Even got some painted blue eyes. And just folds up to form the head. Of course, you got knee hinges, like hips, knees, both going 90. Got ball jointed shoulders. Can only go out like that far, but still pretty good. And a ball jointed head. So he's a nicely articulated little Titan Master. And in vehicle mode, he'll just fit right here in the cockpit. So it just goes in like that. Piece of cake. Gun can actually go up here, but we gotta take it off to do the Titan Master gimmick, because this gun can open up, form another seat. You get Hyperfire from Blur, and you can actually, well, if you actually move his arms up, which I forgot to do, you can just fit inside, put the gun back in, and voila, he's manning the turret. So yeah, 2-seater vehicle mode, which is awesome. And I do like that quite a bit. But there's nothing else I could really say about vehicle mode. Well, one other thing. This is kind of silly, but he is one you can actually put the head on and keep it on in vehicle mode, and it looks silly, but it kind of works. So yeah, but enough goofing around. Oh, and I guess that can pop off too if you're not careful. There you go. Just clips back in, no problem. But enough playing around. Let's get him into robot mode. Oh, before I do, I almost forgot. Sorry guys. Comparisons. So, yeah, we'll bring in Universe Hardhead with the Hothead upgrade kit from Head Robots. Also bring in Generations Brainstorm. See how he compares there. And just for fun, G1 Chrome Dome. He doesn't seem to fit in there. Yeah, so now it's time to get Hardhead into robot mode and see how he looks there. Okay, now that we got Hardhead in his robot mode, he's looking quite nice. His arms are a little bit long, but they still work pretty well. Again, the color schemes seem to work very nicely. I do like them. And it's quite a nice figure. He has this big cannon for his shoulder, and yeah, it does have a little bit of a slide joint on the hinge, so you can actually move it out a bit to accommodate for the head. And that is a pretty nice touch. Now, speaking of the head, we'll get another look at that head sculpt. We did look at it a little bit with the Titan Master, but yeah, as you can see, it's a nicely done head. Going more for the face-plated look. I think the G1 toy had. I couldn't say for certain. I never owned the G1 toy. But it is a nice head sculpt all the same. Takara is going to have like a more cartoon accurate head, which was pretty cool. Like I said before, colors will work well, and I do like them. For articulation, he has naturally a ball jointed head. He has ball jointed shoulders. Hinge at the shoulder gives him a little more in and out. He has some nice elbow joints, a bit double jointed. And he has wrist swivel, which is good. And bicep swivel as well. Nothing at the waist. It's unfortunate, but he does have ball jointed hips, thigh swivel, 90-degree at the knee, and that'll about cover it. So I think he is quite posable. Something I do forget to mention on the vehicle modes is that you can, there are posts on the figures mainly for vehicle mode, but here's one on his forearm. The Titan Masters themselves have these little pegs on their feet, so you can just peg the Titan Master in, and he fits on perfectly. Another thing worth noting, Titan Masters are interchangeable. So I'm going to take Hyperfire here. But I can get him in right. And yeah, you can see Hyperfire fits on just fine. So you can actually interchange heads with bodies with these guys, which is pretty cool. And they have little spots to stand on if you want to. We'll get his head back on. There we go. And for a quick comparison, we'll bring in the Universe Hardhead. As you can see, they actually go pretty well, and this is there's a significant difference, especially in size. This guy's an ultra class, and he's a deluxe. And this one's also using the Head Robots upgrade kit to make him a headmaster, which is always cool. But his guns can be used by deluxe Hardhead as well. So if you want him to dual wield, you have options if you got the Head Robots upgrade kit, which is awesome. We'll also bring in some of his buddies, like Generations Brainstorm, who again, a Voyager, is significantly bigger than Hardhead, and the G1 Chrome Dome. Again, a G1, so he's a bit bigger than Hardhead. But there are deluxe versions of these two guys coming out very shortly, so that's something to keep your eyes out for. But all in all, I do like Hardhead. He's a nice figure, and I think he might be my favorite of the wave. It's a toss-up between him and Skull Cruncher, or Skull Smasher. So that'll wrap things up for Hardhead. A really nice deluxe, one of my favorites of the first wave. And hopefully we'll be able to get to more Titans Return figures soon. Just got Wheelie, so he's going to be coming up by the end of the week. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. So goodbye out there, whatever you are.